What if I told you that 98% of salespeople are using the exact same words as their competition, and that's why they're broke? Today, I'm gonna show you the one thing that separates million-dollar closers from everyone else, and it's called new language. And it's gonna change everything for you. I used to be that guy. I'd memorize scripts word for word, thinking that that was the secret. But here is the brutal truth. When you sound like everyone else, you become invisible. Your prospect brain literally tunes you out because they've heard it all before time and time again. But what if I told you there was a way to speak that makes people lean in? A way to use your words that your competition has never thought of. That's exactly what I discovered, and it took my closing rate from average to absolutely dominant. Here's the game changer that most people never figure out. The best salespeople don't just study their own industry, they steal language from completely different worlds. Think about it. If you're selling insurance and you study insurance training all day, you're gonna sound like every other insurance agent. Makes sense, right? But what happens when you study how a luxury car salesman handles price objections, or how a real estate agent creates urgency? Suddenly you have weapons in your arsenal that your competition doesn't even know exist. I call this language hijacking, and it's been responsible for millions in sales across our organization. Now let me show you exactly how this works. So pay attention, grab some notes and take some notes here, okay? Here's my 3-step system for developing new language. Step 1, study the method every week. I spent 2 hours watching sales training from industries I've never worked in. Real estate, solar, tech sales, even infomercials. I'm not looking for their products, I'm hunting for their language patterns. For example, I once watched a furniture salesman handle a price objection. He said, listen, you're not buying a couch, you're buying 10 years of your family's comfort and memories. Boom! I took that concept and applied it to high-ticket coaching. You're not buying a program, you're buying the next level version of yourself. Do you see what I did there? How you can just use someone else's industry, use different languages, and say a common thing in an uncommon way? Step 2, the translation method. Take the language that works in other industries and translate it to your world. That furniture guy's 10 years of comfort becomes lifetime of financial freedom in my coaching sales. The car salesman's cost per mile becomes cost per breakthrough in personal development. Step 3, my favorite, the flow method. Here's where most people mess up. They learn new language, but deliver it like a robot. Your words need to flow like water. You need to have good tonality, slow down. Practice until you can't get it wrong, not just until you get it right. Now let me tell you about Sarah. She was struggling in solar sales, closing maybe 15% of her appointments. Same old solar pitch everyone uses, save money on electricity, good for the environment, you get a tax write-off. I taught her how to study luxury watch sales. I know, this sounds crazy, right? But luxury watch salesmen are masters at selling value over price. They don't sell time, they sell legacy, status, craftsmanship, right? Sarah started talking about solar panels like this. Mr. Johnson, you're not just buying solar panels, you're buying energy independence. While your neighbors are at the mercy of rising electricity costs, you'll be generating your own power. You're becoming the CEO of your own energy company. Her closing rate jumped to 47% in 30 days. Same product, completely different language. All right, I gave you the secret sauce, now pay attention. Here's your homework, and I'm dead serious about this. This week, I want you to watch 3 sales training videos from industries you never worked in. Could be car sales, real estate, insurance, it doesn't matter. But here's the key. Don't watch to learn the product, watch to steal their language. How do they handle objections? How do they create urgency? How do they justify price? Then take those concepts and translate them to your world. Look, everyone wants to be different, but most people are too lazy to actually do the work to be different. The salespeople making millions aren't just working harder, they're speaking differently. If this hits you and you want to take your sales game to the next level, I want you to text me new language at 480-989-4133 at the number you see right here, and tell me what industry you're gonna study this week. I read every single text you guys send me. I'm gonna personally give you feedback on your strategy. And if you're serious about mastering this, make sure you're subscribed, because next week, I'm gonna be breaking down the exact word tracks that I have used that has helped me generate millions of dollars in sales here at the Elliott Group. Remember, your income is directly tied to your ability to influence through language. Stop sounding like everyone else and start speaking like the $1 million closer you're meant to be. Now get out there and make it happen.